Johnny Swanson, the headset guy here, and after a couple weeks of videos that didn't go according to plan, I'm hoping to have one that goes right from the beginning for once. I have the Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT up here again, in celebration of today's date, 8/22. It's a bit of a pun. Anyway, so I have this totally legitimate, totally not copied Packard Bell boot floppy, and this totally legitimate, totally not burned Packard Bell Restore CD, which is the correct Restore CD for this computer, according to Billy Core. So, what we are going to do, this might be a little bit difficult to do single-handed. We are going to, first of all, turn on my television. It's on PC, perfect. Start this thing up, put in the CD, and this thing does read burn CDs. We don't have our glorious Packard Bell face of technology on right now because I adjusted the screen. I still wish that the size of the screen could be adjusted and not just the position. That's stupid. Insignia / Best Buy, what were you thinking? Well, it's clicking. Oh boy. Please don't tell me this is gonna happen. Meaning. That was just bizarre then. Starting Windows 95. I'll put this back in there. Floppy drive is reading. It is booting. Packard Bell Master Restore Diskette version 2.1W. Detected one NEC CDR 271, 272, 273 CD-ROM drive. And it uses the generic Oak CD-ROM driver. I think this might be the this might be the generic Restore CD that one of my friends made, hacking in the generic driver. Yeah, this drive does not sound healthy. All right, hold on one moment. I will be right back. Okay. Crisis averted. I was so worried that this was going to turn into another disaster of a video because the CD-ROM drive sounded like it was dying. But thankfully, there was a screen that appeared that said, and I didn't get this on video, but it said, insert the master CD and press any key to continue or press escape to quit. Master CD was already in there, so I was like, oh boy, here we go again. But then I pressed any key and it brought us to this screen almost right away. So, crisis averted. This thing is still good enough, at least, to get to this screen. So, roundabout way of putting it, but we are going to restore pre-installed software. So, what do we have? Restore original system boot files. That's interesting. Reinstall Packard Bell software, reinstall Windows 95, or restore hard disk drive. We are going to restore the hard disk drive on this, and we are going to both format and restore the hard disk drive, because I'm nice like that. Are you sure you want to format your hard disk? Selecting yes will erase all files on your hard disk. Yeah, there's nothing important on there. Just a generic installation of Windows 95 currently. So now the next part is going to be the fun part. going to see. Now, if it already has the system, or if it still has the system credentials on here, because I don't know if the owner did a full wipe of the hard drive, but if it still has the system credentials on here, it's not going to ask me for a format number, because it's going to find it on the hard disk. Track 0 of the hard disk, which is not normally accessible. But if not, I do know what the format number is. So, warning, all data on non-removable disk drive C will be lost. Proceed with format. Yes, we will. It's a 1.2 gigabyte hard drive. I will be back once the format finishes. Alright, we are at 97%. Now 97% still. There we go, now 98%. So we're almost done formatting the hard disk, and this is just the initial format. We haven't even gotten to restoring the software yet. Now, like I said, alright, system transferred, volume label, 11 characters, enter for none. I'm not going to give it a label. We don't need a label. So now, here comes the moment of truth. Is it going to detect the restore or the format number automatically, or am I going to have to type it in myself? It did it! Ha 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 ha! Score 1 for original hard drives, baby! Oh yes, thank you, eBay seller, for not doing a complete wipe on the hard drive. Oh yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I am so happy. I am so happy! Alright, so it's going to copy files now from the CD-ROM drive, and it's actually doing stuff. So this video I am so happy about. This video is going so smoothly right now. I just jinxed it, didn't I? Something is going to happen later on down the road that's going to make me say, I shouldn't have said anything! What are you doing? Okay. In any case, it's just going to do this stuff for a while. It's going to copy stuff from the CD-ROM drive, extracting archives and what have you. Oh, I am... Even though I just jinxed it, I don't care. I am so happy right now because I was worried that something was going to go wrong. I was worried that the CD wouldn't work, or the CD-ROM drive wouldn't work, or the floppy wouldn't work, or that I would go through all my floppies and find out that they were all bad, or that the hard drive wouldn't have the original system credentials on it, but no! None of those! Everything is going well. Everything is going according to plan. I am just so happy right now. I can't get over it. And for those of you who are saying, like, oh, what's the big deal? It's just an old computer. Did you see the last 2 videos that I put out? I was not happy in those videos because, stuff was just going so wrong. And then there was that video that I didn't release. I was trying to restore. I'll talk about that while we're copying files here. I'll talk about the video that I didn't upload. It was about me restoring an iMac G3 333, which I had gotten for free from a church. And I was trying to restore the thing in preparation for giving it to my good friend Connell, aka Goku9000 with 2 U's on YouTube. Anyway, I was going to give it to him, and I was trying to restore it, and it just wasn't letting me. And the whole time, I was recording just the screen because it's original iMac. It didn't have VGA output, so I couldn't have recorded it that way, and I don't have a VGA capture card anyway. But, you know, the thing about the original iMac was that it had a CRT screen. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that would be a cathode ray tube, and those had a very odd, those would always have very odd refresh rates that would not sync up with a camera. And when you're in the setup program for the iMac Restore, you can't change the refresh rate. So I was recording the screen the whole time with this terrible, terrible flicker. And I was like, I can't upload this. There's just no way. I just can't do it. Because, I would give everybody a friggin' seizure. I didn't want to do that. And so I just, while I was attempting to look at the footage that I had, I realized this is too flickery, I can't use it, and I'm like, forget it. I just scrapped the whole thing. And I had a video that I was going to make that same day about setting up a virtual Acer Acros in 86 box, and I'm still planning to make that video. That one I will create at some point, but because I was stupid and didn't know how to use OBS Studio, that's Open Broadcaster software, and that's what I use to record my screen and programs, but I forgot to change the scene from a scene that I had created for a program that was not running, and so I didn't change the scene at all and ended up recording a black screen with only a few sounds coming from the virtual Acer. So yes, that was what happened, not last week, but the week before, and so that's why there was no video that week. And then with last week's video, trying to restore the Compudyne. Oh, actually, quick update on that also while this is restoring. So I managed to get my workaround method of just extracting the archives that I needed. I got that working. What happened was I forgot to remove the partition before I formatted it. Or I didn't forget, I just thought it wasn't necessary. Turns out it was necessary. I mean, you probably heard me say in the video, I forget exactly what I said, but it was something to the effect of, well, it turns out that there was already a primary DOS partition on here beforehand, so I didn't even need to delete it. Yes, I did. I think it was probably formatted as FAT32 or something. But, anyway, yeah, I managed to get that working. But unfortunately, I hit a few performance issues with that. I think I'm going to have to make a few BIOS changes because the BIOS was more optimized for Windows 95, so I'm going to have to change the BIOS settings to make it more optimized for DOS. I think. I'm going to have to do something because it's not running like it should, and it's not running as well as it did on with Windows 95. One game in particular, Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games, runs real slowly when there's a lot of fast-moving action, which happens a lot when you play Jungle Pinball and you have to flip the flippers a lot. Excuse me. So, and that didn't happen on the exact same computer with the exact same hardware, just running Windows 95. So it has to be something to do with either DOS or Windows or the installation, and I might at some point try a truly generic Windows for Workgroups 3.11 installation using the disk images that Acer provided on the Acer CPR CD, because they have a utility called Make Original Diskettes, which allows you to make the original diskettes, and they actually have true proper .img files on the CD-ROM, and they are exact 1.44 megabyte floppy disk images. So kudos to Acer for actually including those, because that makes things a whole lot easier, especially if you want to set up a virtual machine, like I did. I actually used that in 86 box to create a true generic installation, and I think that's actually what the Compudyne would have had, not the Acer original stuff, because I'll get to that. I'll get to that at some point. Anyway, let's see, what else can I talk about while this is restoring? Oh yeah, I will also talk about one other program that I'm having an issue with on the Compudyne. And that would be not Arthur's Teacher Trouble, not Arthur's Reading Race, but Arthur's Birthday. And this is actually quite amusing with Arthur's Birthday. Whenever I try and run this game, Arthur's Birthday, on the Compudyne, the audio gets messed up, and it doesn't get messed up with either Reading Race or Teacher Trouble, but it'll play it'll start the intro tune later than it should and then go back to the beginning, if that makes sense. And then when it introduces the title, it features Arthur saying, "Arth birth by Brap." It's just something that's amusing to me. So, from henceforth, I shall refer to this game as Arth Birth. And I realize now that I can actually cover up the stuff that he doesn't say, and it's perfect. It is perfect. Oh, I am so easily amused and stupid. A little bit stupid. But anyway, so my plan for the Compudyne is, if I want to do a complete generic installation, I don't have many floppy disks that actually work, unfortunately. So I do have copies of like original MS-DOS and Windows for Workgroups 3.11, but I don't know how well those would work, and I don't know if they're good or not, and it's just like, of course I do want to find out at some point, but anyway, a roundabout way of putting it, but long and short of it is, what I want to do is invest in a GoTech floppy emulator, because since I have the original disk images provided by Acer, I can just put all of those on a flash drive and install MS-DOS 6.22 and Windows for Workgroups 3.11 that way, and then also install some software that I did back up and did create images for the disks that are actually dying. For example, KidPix 2, which is sadly a very rare piece of software to obtain, because believe me, I've looked and I can't find it on eBay at all. And what I can find online is KidPix 2 for Mac, which is completely different from KidPix 2 for Windows. For one thing, the splash screen for the Mac version doesn't even say KidPix 2 on it, it just says KidPix. And for another thing, the color palette is different. And, you know, the Mac version is technically superior because it has a higher color palette, but that's not the version that's nostalgic for me. The one that's nostalgic for me is KidPix 2 for Windows. And thankfully, I do have the installation still on that 2 gigabyte hard drive that I pulled out of it. And worst comes to worst, I could just revert back to that hard drive, because that one still works. And again, I don't know, it might be a problem with the hard drive itself, honestly. I don't know. If anybody can help me with that, just a recap in case you forgot. No, I'm not going to do that. Heck with it. I'm not going to do a recap in case you forgot. Screw that. But yeah, if anybody can help me with those performance issues, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Because it's not running the way it should with the current MS-DOS and Windows 3.1 installation. Or MS-DOS and Windows for Workgroups 3.11, rather. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about another video I have in the works. This is a Power Macintosh 6500/275. It's changed hands a few times. This is going to be my primary Mac now that I've given away the iMac. And, you know, honestly, the iMac was more nostalgic for me because we use iMacs at school all the time. But this is nothing to sneeze at, the 6500 here. I actually got this from a neighbor for free. We helped her shovel out her car from the snow because there was a very bad blizzard one day and she wasn't able to get her car in the garage. And my dad and I helped her, and I noticed she had this and a Snow White iMac G3 in her garage. And I asked if I could have them, and she said sure, because they were just taking up space. And that's how I got 2 Macs for free. The Snow White iMac I actually gave away to an online friend of mine. And this one I gave to Connell, aka Goku 9000, and then he gave it back to me when he no longer had a use for it. And now I do. And you can probably tell this is quite yellowed. It is quite yellowed. So one thing that I might do is use this as my first retrobriding project. But I will have to see if that's something that I would really want to do. Because I would have to tear this thing down completely and remove the motherboard completely from it. And it doesn't sound like a very fun proposition. But I might. Who knows? If I do, it would be the very first computer that I would ever retrobrite. I kind of do and kind of don't want to do it to the Compudyne. I mean, you can't really tell in this light. Let me turn the light on. See if it makes it any better. No, it doesn't. The light doesn't reach here a lot. There is some yellowing, as you can tell, on the top. And also somewhat on the front. It's not, like, terrible. So that's kind of why I don't exactly want to retrobrite the Compudyne, because I would have to completely take it apart, and it also doesn't really need it, except maybe a little bit on the top. Yeah, because that is quite yellow on the top. But that's about the only part of this that's actually gone yellow. Everything else is still like platinum gray-ish. And the Packard Bell doesn't need any retrobrite either. It's actually still, like, it's actually in beautiful condition. I wouldn't be surprised if the seller retrobrited it, honestly. The CD-ROM drive is slightly yellowed, but again, it's not terrible. So, yeah. And to think this video was supposed to be about the Packard Bell and doing a restore. Oh, look at this! Perfect timing, the restoration was successfully completed. Alright, so we are going to say okay. And I'm going to shut up and let the computer do the talking. And let the fingers do the walking. I really should invest in a better monitor for this. And no, I'm not going to go with a CRT, because I don't have the space or the, I don't have the space or really the desire to go back to a CRT. You know, there are CRT purists out there. I am not one of them. Anyway, restore completed. For changes to take effect, the system must be restarted. Remove all disks and CDs and reboot the system. We will do just that. Totally legitimate Packard Bell floppy here. Totally legitimate Packard Bell CD here. Oh, I put the case... Yeah. This isn't best practice, but I'll just leave it on top of there for now and probably regret it later. Close this. We will say okay. And please tell me I did not jump the gun. I jumped the gun. We will abort. We will abort. Try, Control, Alt, Delete. All right, our Packard Bell face of technology once again. CD-ROM found, mouse initialized, beep beep. I'm a sheep. We are starting Windows 95 with our fresh installation. Congratulations on the purchase of your new Packard Bell computer. We are sure that it will meet your computing needs. This TV will not meet my computing needs because the picture is off. There is no option to change the size, only the position. And change the horizontal position. Oh man. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it like this. Press any key to continue. Where's the any key? Thank you for choosing Packard Bell. Well, thank you, Packard Bell. Press any key to continue. This is my first Packard Bell. And I actually just restored it. So I'm excited, honestly. I don't know why. I just am. I'm just randomly really excited about finally restoring a Packard Bell. System detection, detecting new devices. This is beautiful. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing the system setup now. This is the Windows setup. I am happy. Microsoft PS2 port mouse. Cirrus Logic 5430. Communications port. Hard disk controller. Oh, this is such a good day. This is such a good day. I am so happy. Oh, and we're past the point of worry now, because there's no more need for the CD or any floppies. So everything read successfully, and Windows setup is going through just fine, and I am happy. I am happy. User information. Type your name below. If you like, you can also type in the name of the company you work for. I'm Johnny Swabsob. Doggone it. Doggone it. I can't type with one hand. Johnny Swanson, and we will go with... Come on. Company is Headset Guy. Because why not? License of Windows 95. Windows 95 is licensed to users, not sold, blah 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 blah. The EULA, I totally read that and totally accept it. Certificate of authenticity. I will put my camera down while I type in my totally top secret product key. Alright, here we go. We are installing devices with that glorious beating drum animation that Billy Core loves so much. And I do too, honestly. But we are installing devices. That hard disk is clicking away. You can hear it. That is good clicking. Process may take several minutes, so please be patient and do not turn off your computer. Well, thank you for that, Microsoft. I will do just that. I will be patient and not turn off my computer. And I think this is a good point to pause. Alright, setup is ready to restart your computer. Please remove all disks from floppy disk drives. Click OK to restart your computer and continue with setup. Okay. Hard drive clicking away. I'm so happy. This is the best Windows 95 installation experience I've ever had. I don't know why I said that. Oh man. Yes, yes, yes. Beep at me. Beep at me, you glorious thing. Thank you. That sounded very wrong and disturbing and creepy. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. Microsoft mouse driver installed. Now, this is just a generic Microsoft mouse driver, not the IntelliPoint driver. But I'll save IntelliPoint for another time, I think. Because I really like scroll wheels, and I want to be able to use the scroll wheel on this thing under Windows 95. Because I've never done that before. I've always just used the generic mouse driver, which just works as a generic mouse. A 2-button mouse. The wheel doesn't even function as a 3rd button. Alright, importing file, 100% complete, auto detection, large hard drive, sound, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's a 5434, not a 5430. Okay. Either way, this may take a few minutes while it updates the configuration files. That's fine. Oh boy. I am just so happy today. Can you tell? Oh, this is exactly what I needed after the last 3 really videos. Oh boy. If this one didn't go well, I was going to just consider giving up on making YouTube videos again. because it just didn't seem worth it. Or it wouldn't have seemed worth it, I should say. Getting ready to run Windows 95 for the first time, as is partially appearing on the screen here. Load, you beautiful thing. I love it. I apologize for not having a lot to say. Auto-adjusting, which can only do so much. When you're dealing with oddball resolutions that this thing can't handle, auto-adjusting can only do so much. Come on. Don't have all day. It just restarted again. That's interesting. The extended RAM went down. 27,648. It was at 31,000 before. So that might be cause for concern. Anyway, we're starting Windows 95. Got our Oak CD-ROM driver again. And we've got our Windows 95 splash screen, which doesn't have the loading bar, but that's okay, because it's not really a loading bar anyway. There are jail bars because of the weird adjustments that I made. There are very noticeable jail bars on here. I apologize. Again, I just wish that I could adjust the size rather than just the position on this thing. But alas. And again, if I had a better monitor, I would be using that, but the monitor that I previously had, I believe I told this story before, we actually gave to a church friend after her CRT monitor bit the dust. But then the monitor that we gave her died, so we just ended up buying a new one for her, brand spanking new. So now that monitor, the old monitor that I used to have, is completely dead, and I tested it when we brought it back home, so I know that it was like completely shot. Beyond anything that I could have done to fix it, unfortunately. Probably the power supply, to be honest. There might have been a bad capacitor on the logic board, because it would have had a logic board, right? Anyway, point is, there might have been a bad capacitor, because I believe that monitor was purchased during the Great Capacitor Plague. Or if not purchased, then at least manufactured during the time of the Great Capacitor Plague. So it could have been that there was a bad capacitor on that thing. I just don't know. Anyway, we're into the regular Windows 95 setup now, creating our shortcuts. And I'm definitely going to do some sound tests on this thing. Canyon test and whatever. And I think this will also include Passport. But at the very least, it will definitely include Canyon. Which the seller, when they did the generic install, did a very bare bones installation and didn't do any MIDI files. So... And they also installed it straight from the CD rather than copying the contents of the CD to the hard drive. And there's our ta-da, which means we are restarting yet again, but it also means that sound works. But yes, as I was saying, I couldn't do a Canyon test with the thing before. The generic installation that the installer... I keep saying installer, that the seller did. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. I said beep beep, I'm a sheep. Pop. I think that pop might have been the modem initializing. Not that that would make any difference, because I'm not going to take this thing online anyway. And if I did, I wouldn't use the modem. I would install a NIC. This auto-adjust is terrible. There we go. And in a minute, we are going to be welcomed. But not to Windows.
Welcome from Packard Bell. We offer you two computing environments to choose from, Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
It is just surreal to me that I just heard Packard Bell Navigator welcome me on a real physical Packard Bell computer that I own. I am just amazed. Alright, we're going to select always start this machine with Microsoft Windows, but we will go with Packard Bell Navigator for now.
Welcome to Navigator's living room.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. Where will we go in Navigator? Let's see. Fax machine, speakerphone, media controller, phone answering system. I'll go with the info room. Why not? Let's see. What info do we have? Packard Bell Q&A, CompuServe demo, Prodigy demo, AOL demo, Start CompuServe AOL, Prodigy, Internet, news groups, mail, clock, terminal, principal, or RAM driver. No. Let's go in the manuals. Let's see what kind of manuals we have. System manual. We've got our Pentium system guide. Oh, which needs the CD. All right, I'll cancel out of that then. Let's see. Let's go back to the house. Let's go to the software room. Oh, that's not how we get to the software room. Info room. How do I get to what I want to get to? Software room. Well, there's workspace. Children's corner. Do I seriously have to launch KidSpace from here? I just want to launch KidSpace.
Hello and welcome to KidSpace. This is the fun place to work and play. Keep your software in the bookcase.
Goodbye.
Working.
Working.
That is not a toy.
Working. Working.
That is not a toy.
That is not a toy. And let's see, how do I quit out of here? Wow. Alright, I think it's this. Okay. That's not the sound that I expected. I was hoping for everybody out of the pool. Anyway, we will exit to Windows. And yeah, we'll do that and we'll say okay. We're now in Windows 95. We don't have a Packard Bell wallpaper, which is interesting. Let's see. Is there one on here even? Oh, that's patterns, excuse me. Wallpaper. There's an MM logo and a PB logo 1. We'll go with PB logo 1. I'll change a few other settings while I'm here. Let's see, where is it? Appearance. Desktop. Change the desktop to be black. Because I like this look. I like the black on gray look. I know that sounds incredibly boring. And it is, but anyway. While we're here, let's check out our... Where is it? Did it not install it? Did it not install system credentials? Maybe it's under accessories. Fax, games, internet tools, multimedia, system tools. Backup, create system disk, defrag, drive space, inbox, repair tool, net watcher, resource meter, scan disk, system monitor, calculator, character map, fast media, hyperterminal, word viewer, movie player, notepad, object packager, online registration, paint, phone dialer, picture viewer, wordpad, and write. Would not be under communication or fax. Main. Here we go. It's under main. System credentials. Please wait. Extracting information. Oh, yes. Dear Packard Bell valued customer, congratulations on the purchase of your new Packard Bell computer. We are sure it will meet your computing needs and hope that you will continue to look to Packard Bell for future products. The following information will be valuable should you require service. It would have been valuable back in 1995, but sadly it is not anymore. But we have our model, our manufacturer's number, our serial number, our hard drive format number, which I did not have to type in manually. We have main board, base memory, extended memory, which is the original amount. It, of course, does not take into consideration any upgrades that happened afterwards. Installed video, Cirrus, 1 megabyte. Hard drive model, user-defined or auto-detect. Installed peripherals. All this stuff here. Exceeds all test parameters. Test date September 29th, 1995, 12:27. Thank you for choosing Packard Bell. Thank you, Packard Bell. So, and now one more thing. We'll go into our PD audio utilities. We'll go with Audio Station. Audio Station, the PC Sound Workstation by Voyetra. It had an animation of the CD drive opening. That's interesting. And this brings back some memories, even though I never used this program. I used a very similar looking program called Media Rack on our HP Pavilion 6545C, which we got to replace the CompuDyne. I no longer have that one, and I want one again, kind of, just for pure nostalgia, because I'll be honest, it was a piece of crap, but it was a nostalgic piece of crap. So I would honestly want it again just for nostalgia. So we'll go with playlist. Oh, there are demo songs in the Voyetra folder. I'm going to have to listen to those at some point. But for now, we will go into C, Windows Media. We have Canyon and Passport. We'll go with both of them. Now, it's missing a little bit of bass, but I think that might actually be because of the speakers. Now, this is not a true OPL card, or true OPL-based sound card, but the imitation OPL is actually very close. I can't tell any difference, but a lot of audiophiles can, and it's PH file as in PHILE, as in love of audio. I am not an audiophile. I do have perfect pitch, but I'm not an audiophile, so... Anyway, I'll shut up and let Canyon do its thing. Put on my headphones for a little bit. Oh, it sounds great through the headphones. I also love how this has a graphic equalizer. That's really cool. And now Passport. Oh, I love this song. Sorry about that. Yes. I'm bobbing my head to this song. And there we go. No, I don't want to save changes to the MIDI playlist untitled. Thank you. So we have a Packard Bell setup now. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Let's see. So yes, this will be my primary Windows 95 computer. And it may actually end up being my primary retro computer if things work out well. Whatever that means. Oh, I forgot. I have a physical copy of the CD for the Knowledge Adventure demo and the Kid Story demo. And actually, Millie Fitzwillie Mousecatcher and The Pirate Who Wouldn't Wash. I have the CD for that stuff. But, I'm not going to do that now. Yeah, this is some of the other stuff that's included on here. What is Say It? Is this a text-to-speech program? Oh, it's a wave recorder. Okay. I thought it was going to be text-to-speech. All right, let's see. There's one thing that I was curious about because I noticed that it said FM/WT in the mixer, and I saw a daughter board on the sound card, so I wonder if there's wavetable here, and if I would be able to, no, there's not. OPL 2 and 3 and MPU 401, that's it. So, I wonder why it said FM/WT, maybe it just did that universally. But, I saw a daughter board on there. I thought maybe that was a wavetable daughter board, but I guess not. Anyway. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to install Arthur's Birthday on this thing and see if it still gives me the same Arth birth issue as it does on the Compudyne. Because if it does, then I would know that it's the CD that's the problem and not the computer itself. So I will be right back after I have installed that. Alright, we have it installed. I will keep this box checked because I like autoplay, but I don't like it when autoplay automatically runs the program. I just find splash screens to be better and like fascinating, if that makes sense. So I'll just leave that box checked and we will click run. There's our running man. Alright, so we don't have the same problem, so it's the Compudyne. Actually, it could be an issue with the 16-bit version on this particular CD. I don't know. I'll have to do some more testing. Ah, yes, good memories.
Arthur's Birthday by Mark Brown.
Run, running man.
Hi, I'm Arthur. Welcome to Living Books.
Yep,
Have my birthday story read to you.
this sounds how it should.
Are you sure? Okay, bye.
Bye, Arthur. Yes, I will do more of that later. Oh man, I am just so happy right now. This has turned out so much better than I thought it would. All right. So, let's see. I don't know what I'm going to do for next week's video, but it is going to be computer related. So, the three plans that I have are, one, I might make another video about the Compudyne, see if I can figure out about the performance issues. Two, I might make a video about this Power Mac 6500/275. Or three, I might finally make a video about creating a virtual Acer Acros in 86 box using the Acer V30 motherboard, which is now able to be emulated using that. So, expect a video about one of those topics next week. So until then, I'm actually not going to shut this computer down because I want to use it for a little bit. So, but until next time, I'm Johnny Swanson, the headset guy. I'm very happy. I have a primary Windows 95 computer. I'm Johnny Swanson, the headset guy. Take care.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!